Hey guys, 4Paws here, and today we're going to be taking a look at countering Shen. Shen is currently a contested pick in both solo queue and high level play such as LCS. Due to his ultimate, Stand United, Shen can constantly pressure a foe by split pushing whilst never missing out on a team fight. In the lane phase, Shen can hold his own as his kit offers him both sustain and dueling potential. So let's get into some counter picks, beginning with ChoGath. As ChoGath, your goal should be to farm this lane. Most of Shen's harass will come from Vorpal Blade spamming, which you can easily shrug off with ChoGath's passive, Carnivore. Since you can out-sustain Shen's poke, this lane should be a breeze. When you see Shen casting Stand United, you have two forms of crowd control to interrupt his teleport. Prioritize Feral Scream if you're in range, as the silence is instant. However, if you're only able to land your Rupture, you should still manage to stop him, as Rupture takes about half a second to knock him up, while Stand United has a 3-second channel time. As a final note, you do have kill potential on Shen by comboing Feast and Ignite. However, I recommend to just free farm this lane and scale into late game. Next up is Elise. Shen will build multiple items that grant him health, such as Sunfire Cape. This is good for Elise as a Neurotoxin deals health percentage damage. A cool trick with Elise is to use Volatile Spiderling to check the brushes. This is useful against a good Shen player as they'll try to break vision through using the brush to have a clean use of Stand United. If you can see Shen attempting to use his ultimate, try to land a cocoon to keep him still. Otherwise, watch out for Shen's feint as this can soak your Neurotoxin. Locking in Jace is smart as this should be a relatively simple lane. With the ranged advantage, Shen should be under constant pressure as he is forced to use Vorpal Blade to CS rather than harass. Keep using your auto attacks in between last hitting, alongside the occasional Shock Blast Acceleration Gate combo. You should be able to avoid taunt constantly thanks to the movement speed increase from Acceleration Gate and switching forms to proc Hextech Capacitor. When Shen hits level 6, try to hold on to Thundering Blow so that you can use it to stop his Stand United. This ability has a rather long cooldown, so if you use it recklessly, Shen will now be able to teleport for free. As for Kennen, you should look to poke Shen always. Kennen's kit allows him to constantly harass his foes, so utilize it. You should easily acquire lane control, and be able to zone Shen away from the minions. Your passive Mark of the Storm will be of great aid. Use the stun offensively to land some free auto attacks, or to interrupt Stand United. You should find ease in denying Shen farm, thus preventing him building his core items until later into the game. Another great choice is Kayle. Kayle's passive Holy Fervor will shred Shen during a trade, thus he will hardly ever choose to fight you. Abuse this by using Righteous Fury to push out the minions and keep Shen under his tower. This will serve two purposes. First of all, Shen is not that good at last hitting alongside his turret, thus he will be denied some creep score. And secondly, this will pressure Shen to stay in the lane. Kayle has no way to interrupt Stand United, so this hard pushing will make do instead. If Shen chooses to leave the lane, you can punish him by grabbing the free turret. Otherwise, if he is too worried to use his ultimate, then that's a small victory in itself. And finally, we get to Vladimir. In a 1 vs 1 scenario, Vladimir stomps Shen. With a similar playstyle to Kayle, Vladimir can free farm his lane whilst keeping Shen under pressure. Just note that Vladimir's early game is very weak, so AFK farm until you've reached around level 7. From here, maintain 4 stacks of Tides of Blood and push Shen up to his tower constantly. Keep your focus on farming, as Vladimir is one of the scariest champions in the game upon building some core items such as Zhonya's. My general tip for coping with Shen is to counter his Stand United. Shen is a predictable champion. He is going to split push a lane and then use Stand United to appear at teamfights. So to counter this you have 3 choices. First of all, interrupt his teleport as mentioned previously. Second, you can choose to take the teleport summoner spell and follow him down to teamfights. Or finally, take top lane towers when he leaves the lane. And lastly, make sure to inform your team when Shen hits level 6. To summarise, Shen is currently a very powerful champion, so choose a counter pick and outplay him. If you enjoyed this episode of Counted or learned something new, feel free to leave a like down below, and as always feel free to come subscribe to my YouTube channel How to Top Lane if you want to further improve as a player. In the next episode of Counted, we'll be taking a look at Zac. So until next time guys, take care.